Good day to each and everyone. I am Meijin Pibalsamo, and I was assigned to report about speculative fiction in Philippine literature in English. A subtopic is a survey of the growing genre of speculative fiction, such as science fiction, fantasy, horror in Philippine literature, and the exploration of authors like Gilda Cordero Fernando, Nikki Alfar, and Dean Francis Alfar, and how they blend Philippine culture with speculative genres. Next is the overview of speculative fiction in Philippine literature in English. Speculative fiction encompassing genres such as science fiction, fantasy, and horror has been gaining traction in Philippine literature, particularly in English. This genre offers Filipino authors a platform to explore themes that resonate with local culture while engaging with broader speculative narratives. Notable authors like Gilda Cordero Fernando, Nikki Alfar, and Dean Francis Alfar have significantly contributed to this evolving landscape. The term speculative fiction has become more prevalent in the Philippine literary scene, largely due to Dean Francis Alfar's advocacy for the genre. He has been instrumental in redefining speculative fiction within the local context, encouraging writers to craft narrative that not necessarily focus on social relevance but instead allow for creative freedom and exploration of fantastical elements. This shift makes a departure in from the dominant realist tradition in Philippine literature, which often emphasizes political or social commentary. Okay, moving on to the introduction to Philippine speculative fiction. Diverse genres. Philippine speculative fiction encompasses a wide range of genres, including science fiction, fantasy, horror, and magical realism. The cultural fusion. Authors draw inspiration from the country's rich cultural heritage, blending indigenous myths, legends, and beliefs with contemporary storytelling. The global recognition. Philippine speculative fiction has gained international acclaim, with authors receiving prestigious awards and gaining a global leadership. Moving on to the cultural influences and themes. The first one is the mythology and folklore. Philippine speculative fiction often draw inspiration from their country's rich tapestry of folklore, mythos, and legendary creatures. The second one is the social political commentaries. Many authors use speculative fiction as a vehicle to explore societal issues, political themes, and experiences of marginalized communities. The third one, the magical realism. The blending of the fantastical and the mundane is a hallmark of Philippine speculative fiction, creating unique literary landscape. Let's proceed to the pioneering authors like Gilda Cordero Fernando. Trailblazer. Gilda Cordero Fernando is considered a pioneering figure in Philippine speculative fiction, known for her innovative storytelling. The magical realism. Her works seamlessly blend the extraordinary with the everyday, creating a captivating and immersive reading experience. The cultural exploration. Cordero Fernando's stories delve deep into the nuances of Philippine culture, mythology, and the human condition. Critical acclaim. Her contributions have been widely recognized, cementing her legacy as a trailblazer in the genre. Let's proceed to the fantasy and folklore of Nikki Alfar. The magical realism. Nikki Alfar's works blend the fantastical and the mundane, creating a captivating literary landscape. The folkloric inspiration. Her stories draw heavily from the rich tapestry of Philippine mythology and the legendary beings. Next one is the acclaimed anthologies. Alfar has curated several influential anthologies that showcase the diversity of Philippine speculative fiction. The critical recognition. Her works have received accolades and awards, cementing her status as a leading voice in the genre. Okay, let's proceed to the blending genres of Dean Francis Alfar. The experimental narratives. Dean Francis Alfar's works are known for her innovative storytelling techniques, blending various genres and literary styles. The social political themes. Her stories, his stories often explore complex societal issues using the lens of speculative fiction to provide throughout the provoking commentary. The global influences. Alfar's writing is, is influenced by a diverse range of literary tradition, seamlessly integrating global and local elements. Let's proceed to the exploring Philippine mythology and mythology. The ancestral spirits. Philippine speculative fiction often delves into the rich tapestry of ancestral spirits, deities, and legendary beings. Indigenous cosmologies. Authors draw inspiration from the diverse indigenous belief system and mythologies found across the archipelago. Mythological retellings. Many stories reimagine and reinterpret traditional myths, legends, and folktales through a speculative lens. The trends and the future of Philippine speculative fiction. First is the diversification of genres. Philippine speculative fiction continues to expand, encompassing a wide range of subgenres and hybrid forms. The next one is the globalization and collaboration. Authors are increasingly engaging with international audiences and collaborating across borders. The third one is the amplifying marginalized voices. The genre is providing a platform for underrepresented communities to share their stories and perspectives. The last one is the technological innovations. Speculative fiction exploring the impact of emerging technologies on Philippine society and culture. That's all. Thank you.